Coach, I know it's been a couple days now. I had a chance to kind of review the tape. Kind of anything jump out to you after that film review that you didn't talk about on Saturday?
Yeah, I think we covered a bunch of it on Saturday. You know, as we look back, you know, defensively, again, our normal down defense, first and second down defense, I thought was as good as we played all year long. Finding a way to create 16 third downs, but then not being able to get off the field on third down was the difference in playing really, really good defense. And that's where our strain will be this week. Offensively, you know, not settling for field goals, having the ability to score now when we have that opportunity, and then, you know, finding ways inside the game where there's these very small situations that you can only see when you get back to the tape and understanding, man, one missed block, one missed leverage block it truly has the chance to be the difference in the game. And so there was many examples, you know, from that standpoint that you go back and you watch where you got a chance to truly change the game. So it's just a fine line when you play great football teams to being able to be on the right side and the wrong side.
Coach, obviously Stone Blanton has experience in this league, but seemed like he's played a lot better the past 2 or 3 games after getting settled in. What have you kind of seen from him the last couple of weeks?
I've seen him just play faster, a guy that's continued to trust what's being asked of him and continue just to get more comfortable inside the scheme. I've seen great growth in that on the defensive side of the ball. Again, there was times you want like heck to be better. 14 of the points that A&M's able to go score, they have an incredibly short field. We don't get off the field on 4th and 3 when we have an opportunity to, where you got a chance to hold them to a field goal on that drive. So to me, I'm encouraged on our effort, our toughness, our physicality. We've got to continue to tackle better, and then we got to make the layups to give us a chance to go win.
Sam?
Yeah, Kevin Coleman's been one of the top SEC wide receivers statistically all season, and his production hasn't really seemed to change with Van Buren at quarterback. I guess just what part of his game maybe did you identify early when you were looking at him in the portal, or just through spring practice and everything, for him to kind of be the team's #1 receiver?
Yeah, in the portal when we looked at him, I thought he had the ability to be a really good ball in hand guy. You saw that in the return game when you watched him at his previous place. And then when he got the ball in his hands, was able to do good things with it. So thought that's the guy that we were getting. Also a guy that has the ability to make plays down the field, which we've seen him do. So I think 8 targets, 8 receptions. Proud of how he's continued to get better and trying to make the most of every opportunity he gets.
And
defense has forced multiple turnovers in each of the last 3 games against some really good teams, and it could have easily been more on Saturday too. Are you seeing some progress on that side of the ball in terms of taking the ball away standpoint? I know that's what they preached throughout the preseason.
Yeah, that's been a huge deal. We've got to continue to play complementary football. The first pick we get great field position. We're not able to go get points and score a touchdown, or that's got to happen for us. We take advantage of it in the second half, but then we have opportunities to make a couple of huge plays on that first drive of the second half that got a chance to change momentum and swing the game. So got to continue to do that. Have to play with great eyes and great discipline to give us a chance. And when you got a chance to make it, go make it.
Grace?
On paper, people will look at this team and see a losing streak, but over the past couple of weeks, y'all have played top 15 opponents pretty closely, especially on the road. How close do you feel like this team is to getting over the hump?
Yeah, I feel, and our guys inside the building feel every single day, it is an incredibly fine line to where we have a chance to have a happy locker room if there's 2 things that are different inside the game. It is that close. And so us understanding that, our preparation, dialing into that piece of it, out preparing our opponent starting today, and finding a way to make that jump. There has been great improvement. We've gotten better, but we need to get better and we need to win. And that's what we're fighting to go do.
Lakari Tillman's made some plays, even going back to that Texas game for you. What have you liked out of him out of the last few weeks?
Yeah, he's continued to just have really good growth and understanding of what's being asked of him. This is a young guy that hadn't played a ton of defensive snaps. Man, his best ball is ahead. It's a twitchy guy that he loves to play the game. I think he's got a great future here with us, and excited about his growth and his potential.
Robbie?
Do you have any update on Mario Craver?
I do not and won't until Wednesday evening.
If he's unable to go, what does that change with your wide receiver group? Is there a guy that you feel like needs to step up for you that maybe hasn't gotten the reps or the plays just yet?
Yeah, I think you've seen guys play out there, whether it be J-Mo, Kelly, Kev obviously being able to play inside. Stonka played more the last couple of weeks offensively, which has been good for us. He's continued to prepare the right way, which has given him the ability to go in and do some good things for us. So I feel like from a depth standpoint, we're in a good spot if we're not able to have him.
Steve? Coach, it appears that philosophically Arkansas and A&M have some of the same foundational standards. I mean, is there any carryover from maybe last week's prep to this week, and kind of what are your thoughts on Arkansas early on?
Yeah, there is a little bit of carryover. When you watch Arkansas, Pitt's done an unbelievable job of getting those guys to find a way to win close games. As he's been there, that's what they're doing right now. Last week for them didn't go obviously the same as it had weeks before, but finding a way to beat Tennessee at home, finding a way to beat Auburn in a really close game. And so that's where they, to me, have made, really, really big strides. You see a physical football team that plays with a ton of effort. It is all over the tape, and it's in all three phases. So again, it's another really good SEC opponent. They've won 2 SEC games, and they'll be coming in here Saturday morning. We'll have to go take victory.
David?
Two things about Mike. What did you see in Mike when you were recruiting him? You said he fits what you want to do, and secondly, are freshmen just coming to college more prepared to play college ball, or college coordinators kind of fixing the game where kids can play? Because a lot of freshmen are getting a lot of action this year.
Yeah, with Mike, having him in camp and just being able to see exactly what we saw on tape in person was the biggest thing for me. When we had him in camp, this was a guy that was incredibly smooth, really, really accurate, had a really clean release, and a guy that I thought had really good anticipation. So as you watch the tape and then you get to watch him in person, evaluate him in person, those things matched up. Thought he had an incredible future ahead of him. He's gotten here, he's been incredibly bought in, done a really good job preparing the right way and getting better and better. From a freshman standpoint, I don't know. I think all guys are a little bit different. I think there's plenty of freshmen out there playing that are struggling. And so for Mike, he's just found a way to continue to get better every single week, and we're going to need that again.
Sam?
Yeah, Blake Shapen was on Saturday with a boot on his foot, but he had ruled out with a shoulder injury at the beginning of the season. I guess, is his foot also injured, or is his shoulder not injured, or did he injure his foot while rehabbing shoulder?
His shoulder, no, he did not. I thought that might come up, but his foot's fine. He's out of the boot today.
To the question about Michael, just a broader question about quarterbacks in your offense. What are you specifically looking for out of a quarterback when you're recruiting them? Beyond just the size and the things like that, just what's kind of the attributes you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, the physical pieces are the physical pieces, right? We want a guy that can make every throw, that has great anticipation, has great accuracy, and has a clean motion, and a guy that can get the ball out of his hand the right way. So he can do all those things. From an intangible standpoint, we're looking for a guy that plays with great toughness, that plays with edge, that wants to compete, that's not scared to go out there and go to war and put the team on his back and give somebody an opportunity to win a game. And so I'm proud of him for a lot of different reasons. The toughness he showed on Saturday, to me, was big time. And so that will create great growth. To me, that inspires his teammates to fight their butt off a little bit more for him with the way he stood in there and took some shots. So again, he got to get a lot better. We all got to get a lot better, but how he's going about his business is what it needs to look like.